All right. Good morning, one. Good morning. I don't know who that is. Welcome to the Jerkmonger Show. I'm your host, the Jerkmonger, coming at you live from Tampa, Florida. I'm doing my walk and talk a little bit later in the morning than I'd like, but I had to take care of a couple of issues, and here I am doing the walk and talk. At this point, it's okay if nobody shows up. I feel like I got a lot of love from. Oh, hey, all right. It's this Everett Todd. What's going on? All right. Hey. Yeah, man. Cyrena Sketches. What's going on? What's up, homegirl? What up with it? Mm-mm-mm. Nice piece last night. Thank you, Everett. I appreciate that, man. I'm trying to figure out what to do with that. If I should redraw it or something. Epic Trilogy says hello. Walking and talking with Elliot. What's up, KSS? By the way, is that Kiss? I just call you Kiss. Kiss. Eric Hawkins. Good morning. Great lantern last night. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was happy about that. Hey, I just realized, Eric, that the DNQ fan edition is on Thursdays when I'm doing paranormals. I don't know how that's going to work. I got to figure that out. But yeah, I did a Green Lantern with the drawn and quartered crowd. I did it on my channel. I almost jumped on, but I didn't. We don't have an easy way to get me in there anymore. So, good morning, Mr. Monger says Hiroshi Paradox Comics Exposed says, "What's up, Elliot? I'm doing good. Comics, how you doing?" Razmat says, "Hey, everybody. Hello. What's up?" Rodwell. Did I read yours? Good morning. All right. So, I'm getting a little amp up on speed here. Get my body working. Today I might just keep it slow. I don't know. Yeah, I know. Brian said the same. He'd love to do it if it didn't interfere. I'll try and figure something out. We'll see. You guys on your show. Right? I know. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have gone on last night, but it was fun drawing Green Lantern. I was intrigued. Let's put it that way. I was intrigued. I actually am a Green Lantern fan. Hal Jordan in particular. So funny. I didn't really care about this stuff when I was a kid, but when I was one of my first exposures to Green Lantern, well, besides the Super Friends in comic form, was because my first collection was almost all Marvel. My mother one time, she used to work in Manhattan at a bank, and she would pick up like a newspaper or something at this newsstand store near her job, and she picked up for me. I can never remember the issue number because it's not explicit on the cover. It's the one where it was drawn by who's the guy that draws? The guy that draws Watchmen, Dave Gibbons. It's one of his issues in his run, and he's fighting like a shark guy. That was definitely one of my all-time favorite comics, and that got me interested in Green Lantern. I didn't understand the art back then, but I knew I liked that cover. It was great. KSSS is cool with me, or Kiss. It's all cool. Kiss. Kiss. It's like talking to Cobra Commander. Congrats on the Green Lantern. Well, thanks, Violetta. Alan Scott with an Ian Power ring would be wonderful. You mean Ion? Lawrence V. Hey, morning, Elliot. Finally get to catch a live stream again. Yeah, man. Is this a better time for everybody? I'm trying to do something that makes sense for all of us. That's one of the reasons why I'm trying different times. Yeah. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. How'd you guys like the iPad setup? The way I had it. Just be happy I didn't use Mr. Blick for a handle. Matthias Bitlick. or I like to call him Mitzelplick from the Super Friends. The iPad setup was great. Thank you, Hiroshi. Yeah, I can also do that with my phone. It's interesting, but I can't. I needed something, so I'm not, because I wasn't sure how I was going to be able to do that if I'm working on the iPad. And I saw Dan Frega had it, and I said, oh, so it exists. I got to figure it out. So did some research, did some stuff, and we're there. All right. All right, this walk's already kicking my butt. What's this here? Oh, I can't read it. Manfred. Hey, Manfred. Good morning, Elliot. The Jerk Walker. That's right. The iPad version of Photoshop is finally about to come out, but it sounds like it's not good. That's what I'm hearing. Well, not that it's not good, but it's gonna still be a little weak, and that's interesting. Jerk Walker. It's like Luke Jerk Walker. Missing a lot of features. Well, there's different rumors. There's that rumor, and then there's another rumor that's going to be great. I'm not sure which to believe. So we'll see. All right. So that's 6 minutes. 6 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. All right. The rise of Jerk Walker. So what do you guys think about that movie? Are you excited at all about Rise of Skywalker? There's only 14 of us in here. What's the poll? Out of 14 people, who's pumped up about that? Razmat says nope. Manfred says nope. Man, not even a little bit? Curious at all? I've never been a huge Star Wars fan, so I don't really care. Yeah, well. Everett says don't care. Never have. Oh, man. I lost one person watching. And, thanks, Gal. What's going on? I'm not excited for Rise of Skywalker. It's just chaos. Oh, man. I'm not excited, but I am curious. Let's the Star Destroyer shoot them space horses at first sight. What? Space horse? Oh, that's fun. It's more of a sick curiosity at this point. Here in our Star Wars bunch today. Oh, that car didn't make the speed bump very well. It's more of a curiosity, an oddity, if you will. It's hot today, guys. It's humid. There's no wind today. Everything's like dead still. I got a little bit of air just now. Who's that? Ben Hennessy, what is up? Dude, it's good to see you, man. I'm gonna watch it, but just to watch it burn firsthand. Yeah, it's funny. Of all the ones that I wasn't interested in watching, that one, like I didn't see the last Avengers. That's something else I didn't see that I still haven't seen. It's a power to that, you know? There's a power to kind of just turning off the I gotta see it switch. Something cool about that. These people put up like a fence here, like a ranch. It's just like a neighborhood. Got this weird fence. Look at that. It's weird. I'm very curious about how JJ tries to work around the TLJ train wreck. Yeah, that's what I'm mostly curious about. Happy to say I haven't seen any of the new Star Wars. Oh, really, Excal? Everett says, I never understood Ethan flipping his lid over the new trilogy. I like the Avengers fine, but after the fun, I finally burned out on superhero movies. Yeah, I never saw Captain Marvel. The only ones I'm interested in remotely, and I'm kind of not wanting to see it now because, gee whiz, I'm not sure if this is where I normally take my turn, but I'm tired. It's Doctor Strange, and I'm afraid they're gonna ruin it with all the crossovers. You know, in comics, there's two ways to look at comics. You're either a crossover guy or gal, or you're a single book title guy. And every once in a while, it's cool when Spider-Man shows up in Captain America or something like that. Good morning, Jeremiah. Jalapeno. Dr. Admiral, what's up? I delayed watching the last Avengers movie for a while. Wasn't anything special. Infinity War should have been an extended movie. No need for Endgame. Yeah, well. Is that Warren? Warren JB says, Buongiorno. Let me see if I missed anybody's comments. Ben Hennessy, my man. Manfred says, I'm gonna watch it. Okay, I read that part. All right, so, you know what it is? It's hot today. It doesn't feel comfortable walking. It's an ugly hot. A morning walk would be better for me. This sucks. Jeremiah says, I haven't watched a Marvel movie since the third Thor. Just got old. I like the Marvel movies, fine. But now with these new characters, and you know they're gonna force them. I'm sure Miss Marvel will show up, and they're gonna force her on me. I'm just not interested. I'm not interested in a lot of things. I like weird stuff. Like there was a Isherwood, was that his name? I think did a run on Moon Knight that I thought looked good, but I can't really. I bought them digital, but I'm not sure how I feel about everything. I'll make a left turn here and then I'll do a U-turn from there. As far as I'm concerned, says Warren, it ended with Infinity War. It was pretty satisfying to me. Should I be worried that I was okay with the heroes losing and half of them dying? Well, see, that's a problem now, isn't it? I want to see how Blade fits into the MCU. I don't. I feel like Blade should be his own thing. Kind of like this Joker movie. Keep it alone. Manfred says the WNAD Vision Disney Plus series is gonna lead up to Doctor Strange. Oh, Wanda and the Vision, or whatever. Ooh, I'm tired. So the end of my interest in the movie. Yeah, I guess I don't want to see them either. I wasn't interested in their comic, much less a movie about Scarlet Witch and the Vision. I wasn't that interested. I never would read a Falcon comic, so I'm not interested in him. I'm more interested in Winter Soldier. Oh, finally breeze. Winter Soldier, but I'm more interested in him as a spy thriller, not a buddy comedy. I don't know. Let's see. Everett says, I've seen every Marvel flick except Captain Marvel. I only really care about the Avengers, not the expanded universe. But that's the problem. Avengers is the gateway to the expanded universe. So they're making everybody part of the Avengers. My favorites are the Cap trilogy, the first and second Iron Man, Ant-Man movies. I love the Ant-Man movies, and I like them because they stand alone. Except for the last one, made me curious about the snap. I'm still interested in. I don't know. I don't need to see it. Actually, I know all about it already. They told me. Marvel movies didn't go Spider-Man the way I know him. Didn't do. He shouldn't be an Avenger. I agree. In my opinion, Spider-Man should be his own, like the Sam Raimi movies. Yep, I think they should all be alone. If they could get Ghost Rider right, I'd love to see a Midnight Suns movie. Maybe, maybe. When the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are cool. Yeah, I like Guardians, but I like Guardians most when they were them by themselves. Tom Holland, the amazing Iron Lad, says Warren JB. Yeah, Scarlet Witch and Vision was a special kind of weird perversion. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Let's see. Man and Lucy says, to be honest, I'm kind of done with superhero movies. My anticipated movies this year were Ready or Not and Mr. Rogers. Ready or Not. Huh. Mr. Rogers was an anticipated film? I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say it too. Iron Man 4 should a War Machine film? What? What's that? Who's that? Good morning, Ferrer. How you doing? Fenrir. If Wanda goes for androids, does that make her a pansexual like Lando? That's interesting. I guess so. So yeah, I'm not sure what to say about all of this, other than it's got convoluted. I think is a good word. It's convoluted now. I don't want to see all these different movies. What? I'd love to see an Alien Legion film done right. Dude, man, Alien Legion. I don't know if I want that. I don't know. I don't know how I'd feel. I don't know. I guess it would work, right? You got Guardians. Guardians is kind of Alien Legion-esque. It would be cool to see the Alien Legion in the Guardians. That would be cool. Excuse me. That was a little drink I had earlier. I haven't been excited for movies in general this year. I have. Joker. I was excited for Joker, although I wasn't at first. I got excited for. Oh no, actually, I don't remember. I didn't get excited. Well, I liked. Which came first, Aquaman or Shazam? I think Aquaman came out first. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of movies. When I do, they're like these cheesy movies on Netflix or Amazon Prime, and that's fine with me. I'm kind of like I'm done with the big blockbuster ones. I think I'm burnt out on those. X-Gal says, I'm curious about the Black Widow movie and the Doctor Strange sequel. That's it. I'm not that sure I'm interested in Black Widow, because are they just going to make her a clone? I mean, she's dead, right? So the comics has her as a clone. Iron Man is a clone. Cap is an alternate reality. Cap. They're not our characters anymore. I don't know if I could see anybody but Snipes play Blade. Yeah, Dark. I'm kind of feeling that way too. I think he was a great Blade. It's just, but this other guy looks good. I think he can do it. I'm more interested in Warner's new approach to DC movies. Doing individual films, unconnected to each other. I agree. And they're going to connect them later. But this is how it should have been done. I know. They were trying not to bite off Marvel. But that's the right formula for that sort of subject matter, I think. A Doom Kicker movie. Woo! I want to see Zombieland 2. I don't want to see it. I'm interested in maybe seeing it. Like I probably watched it. I'm not sure if I want to see that. It looks funny. But Bill Murray made it for me, so. Yeah, movies haven't been great all this year. Still need to see the Joker. I don't like gritty movies, so Joker isn't up my alley. I like them. Brian Hawkins says, good morning, everyone. KS says, to be completely honest, because that's what all I'm expecting. Sometimes I prefer like 80% honest. But I'm glad that you're shooting high. Even as a kid, I preferred characters to be on their own. Batman is cooler, darker, and way more interesting when he's in Gotham without the JLA. Totally agree. Although I was a big fan of the Super Friends, and that worked for me. But I'll go this way. Oh, it's almost 20 minutes. Let's keep this short. I'd Black Widow movies from the past, yeah, I just don't trust them. Um, Before Endgame, after Civil War, again, what's the point? They never built her up enough. Black Widow was never an interesting enough character by herself. In all the movies, they ignored her as much as they could. They made her, not that they tried, it's just that how can you be this awesome, super awesome thing with your little stinger things? That's stupid. Stupid. So they didn't really put a lot of emphasis on her the way they could have. And then they want to make a story between the last two Avengers or whatever. Yeah. Shazam was, I think, Christmas last year. And the indie comics that you'd like to see made it to a movie. I don't know. I don't know. I had a friend tell me once that his issue was that he hated to see anime converted into live action, and he said it was because Westerners have this big thing, like they feel like live action is the penultimate edition of any concept. Sometimes comics are the best format for the story, and that's a little limiting, but in some ways, a comic, if it was made to be made into a film, it may not be the best comic if it's a little mundane. I notice a lot of people, I hear Zach sometimes complain about that. I don't agree with Zach on that notion that everything, I think it's a good idea to have a project converted into a film. I also don't agree with his numbers. Doug can tell you all about those numbers as far as what people can actually earn turning their film into a movie, their comic into a film. But one of the things that comics affords us as creators is less limitations. No, zero. Well, in a way, there's budgetary limitations, but not like it is in film. Like in a film, I gotta pay the actors, I gotta pay special effects guys. So you're better off making ghost stories like Blumhouse does, or quiet, $1 million movies that make $50 million, things like that. But when it comes to, sometimes if you don't have that budget, the most bang for your buck is going to be on a comic. As far as like getting, oh, that's a nice breeze. You're welcome, man. Getting your story made the way you envision it. So I don't know. What do you think about Doug touring the print foundry, going behind the scenes? All that attention to a new detail must change expectations amongst indie backers. I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Jon Stewart, Green Lantern movie. I don't know. I'm a Hal Jordan guy, so I don't feel like we've done a Hal Jordan well yet. So I like Batman alone, or with the Robins. Yeah, I like Batman and Robin. The only way I see Batman fit well with JLA is the way Grant Morrison wrote it, him being a consultant or master planner for the league. Yeah, I agree with that too. Warren says, in what way, Justin? They'll expect more, or they'll appreciate more? I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Jalapeno says, Joker without Batman is just kind of sad to me. Nah, I don't know about bad guy movies anyway. I'm not sure. I'm not saying I hate them. I just don't know. Same with Hawkeye. Even in the comics, they lack arch rivals or signature villains. Yep, I agree. Don't know why we celebrate Joker. He's a jerk. Well, it's not a celebration of the Joker, I think. It's the same reason why we like, films like crime drama. Really, that's what Joker is a crime drama. So, I can see that. Did you like Heat? Heat was a good movie about characters, about personalities, about what makes someone tick. In that way, I'm excited about Joker. Not because it's the Joker, though. As a matter of fact, I'm glad it's not the Joker as I wanted him to be. So, was this year, probably because I saw it for the first time this year. Hit the like, please. Yeah, please hit the like. Thank you, Antonio Cardenas. I got to go. I'm gonna have everybody have a good one, everybody. See, I can't read in the walk. Okay, I'm gonna slow down now. I'm slowing down. Is it bad that I prefer Nightwing and Jason Todd to Batman? No, no, those would be a welcome movies, but I also don't think. I don't know. I don't know about Jason Todd. Jason Todd, you kind of need the Batman in there, I think. R Square, what's up, man? All right, Dark Emerald saying goodbye. I want a proper Flash Gordon comic book movie. Oh, I don't know. I like the original, or not the original, the 70s or the 80s one. But I think if they did it right, it would be accused of being a Guardian of the Galaxy ripoff. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you got a modern Flash Gordon in this guy's portrayal of Star-Lord. Colin Rayner says, ever taught his best Lantern fight. I have no opinion on Green Lantern. My biggest experience is Jon Stewart in the Timverse and Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, see, yeah. Who didn't like Heat, said Jeremiah Jones. What I see of Guy Gardner looks entertaining, though. Guy Gardner is special because you pit him against all the rest of the Guardians or the Lanterns. I think that's what makes him special. If you do a moment about him alone, I think you paint the Lanterns as something else. Let's see. Hal Jordan is my favorite Green Lantern. I never get past Guy Gardner's bold cut. Yeah, me neither. He need a fade. Opening scene of The Dark Knight was inspired by the opening of Heat. Oh, yeah. Get in, I see. Says Comic Book Bob, good morning. How you doing? How much did you miss? I'm on my cool down now, Arthur. Yeah, I like your boy Zach, but he doesn't get Hollywood money. A studio paid 2 writers a couple million for a script called The Atomic Man. It's been 25 years and still no movie. Yeah, I don't think he's squared away on that. But, I think it's probably true that a smaller studio may have paid someone he knows that kind of money. And it's probably true. But if you were to get a movie done by Warner Brothers, or Paramount or whatever, that'd be interesting. There are too many GLs, says Comic Book Bog. If anything, they should have spread them among the other Lantern Corps. Thank you, Cyrena, for the share of the link. And don't forget, if any of my other mods are there, or Cyrena, if you could please post Gunship Thunder Punch and Mike Miller's projects. Whew, it is warm today, but a good thing now that there's a bit of a breeze. It's the 10% of stories that get option purchase that ever see production as movies. That's very true as well. Yeah, I think the most important thing. Look, you can do a comic book and get like a small payday. You can sell that story, and even if I made $10,000, that's great to me. On a script, sure. Whew. I don't think I drank enough water. All right. Whew, man, my legs are busted today. Justin Ward says, I just mean it might deliver false expectations that all indie creators can deliver a product that expensive. But not every creator has that kind of time and money to dedicate towards their products. Yeah, well, if you get like an $800,000 project or $700,000, that's good. You can do that. But that's not a reality. That's one of the things that Doug and I, it's not a disagreement. I think it's a perspective thing. Doug sees the comic book business that way, but it's just not very normal. It's a very abnormal process. So, but I don't know. I haven't seen his videos on that. So if you missed out on Lone Star 1, here's your chance to get a copy. How's Tampa? I'm considering moving out there in the next 1 or 2 years. I love Tampa. Tampa's got a very rich history. It's hot, and it's a good split between like New York and Orlando. Orlando's too woohoo, kooky, cartoony, although I love Orlando. Miami's too clubby. New York is a business center. I mean, sorry, Tampa's got a lot of banks here, a lot of business, and but it's close enough to the beaches, close enough to Orlando, 4 to 6 hours away from Miami Beach. If you really want to go down there for that kind of stuff, or you can take a quick plane trip there, cheap. Have you checked out BigBridgeDesigns.com? Oh, actually, Arthur, we're probably gonna shut that down. BigBridgeDesigns.com. We're probably gonna shut that down and move to an Etsy store. It's costing us a lot of money, and we're not able to get enough product sold through there for a variety of reasons. So we're gonna try to downsize that a little bit. I think Doug is a special case, though. I'm more ways than once this morning, JP. Yeah, he is. He's beloved. Trust me, I love that guy. Captain Hill says, "Good morning, all." I mean, I genuinely love Doug DeNapoli. He's been a very good friend to me, and you know, we were talking recently about all the stuff that's been going on, and some people trying to paint him in such a bad light, and you know, we talked about how much we should talk about it and what to say, what not to say, because you know, you say enough stuff anymore, people want to turn that into, you know, fodder, or you know, stuff to quote to whatever. You know, Doug and I had some disagreements about the way I was handling the campaign, and he was super busy and I was super busy, and so things just didn't work out so well. I wish they could have been a little different. He wishes they could have been different, and we're trying to fix that now. I'm trying to put some energy into upgrading and updating the campaign so I can start doing stuff. When I start doing stuff online, me drawing and stuff like that, when I feel comfortable with that, then you know, he's willing to help me out with that too. So you know, it's fine. He and you know, and one of the things that I'm trying to stay away from is, I'm not interested in some of the way that some of us have taken to the streets, if you will, to argue with things online. I'd rather not do that. I think it unnecessarily drags things, and I don't know. But I think, speaking of that, Mike Miller did a great thing last night. I was really impressed that he made the adjustment he did, as far as it was a smart idea to, what do you guys think about that? Going with just the subscribers to his channel, the members that have the right to vote. I think that's a good idea to fix the problem that he's been having with the troll armies coming in to give him a hard time. I swear there isn't a single ugly person in Miami. Oh, there's ugly people. I know that for a fact. Sweet Kaz, what's going on, man? Sweet, man, he did a good video yesterday. I watched on the conversation concerning the 90s comment from Chuck Dixon. Very cool. If you guys don't know, go check out Sweetcast here. I'm sure most of you guys follow him, but the weather's finally starting to change for us, so the walks should get more enjoyable for you. Dungeon Class says, yeah, it was nice last few days, but today was blazing. What's going on, Dungeon Class? Let's see. Listen, the way home, Clint was just listening to your podcast. Hey, Lightning fan. Hi, Sweetcast. Sweetest in the house. Sweetcast. Comic Book Boss says people need to watch Art Tiber's videos on this drama breakdown thing. He went over the similarities to the image breakup. Everyone, fan and pro alike, should give it a watch. I saw it. A lot of good stuff in there. The only thing is, I can say, is that we are not a company, or not we, them, they, the people doing it. We're all a bunch of individuals, and there's not been a company established. So since there's no company established, there's no way for everyone to connect. I think that's the only thing, because that was what made them work in the first place. But you know, then they had the challenges. But there are a lot of similarities. It sucks that Mike has to do that, but it seems to be the only solution at the moment. Yeah, but you know, it's a good idea though. I mean, it's a way to incentivize participation in that aspect of his channel. So again, man, hey, I'm a capitalist, so not everything can be for free. Like you said, it's still free to watch. Wait, I missed that. Voting? Is it a DNQ thing? Yeah, voting on DNQ. Love what Mike did. It will keep the trolls away from the voting. Chuck Dixon is the man. Yes, it is, Sweetcast. Custom Elvis says, good morning, afternoon. Membership voting is a terrible idea, says Jalapeno Milk. I think it works. I think the vote change is necessary considering the unfortunate obsession to troll. Well, it's also why that kind of stuff exists. Because when people they they take they what's the term I'm looking for? They abuse their privilege of the freedom of the internet. They abuse it, and so people that have some kind of structure want to close the door and say, hey, the gates, if you will, and say, hey, you guys are causing trouble in my house. I can't let you stay in my house. Um, but hey, I think it's Mike's only choice, especially when with the shenanigans. R or Amar, right? It's Amar. Let's see. Well, I unsub because of it. That's all I say. Well, there you go. Then don't unsub. That's your right. It's a free market, and you being mad about it is cool, man. It's you can say more of it. I'm sure you'll say more, Arthur. Don't say that's all I'll say. Everybody says that, and we always say more. I like that he subtracted the downvotes more. You know what? I think the only addition, the only asterisk I'd put on this is say, let the contest, let's not longer be a contest that way. Sure, we'll call it a contest, but if that's what's going to happen, then whatever. The only downside to that is the person who wins never really wins, because unless you subtract all those votes could have gone to any other people in that group. So, you know, uh, Lightning Fest, I didn't like it. I thought it was always all in fun, the voting. Now you have to pay to vote. Well, but that's the thing. That's the only way to make it, unless, or we just don't call it a contest anymore. I actually think it's better that it not be a contest. I think the contest should be for the fans, the draw along. That should be the contest. And the winner of the draw along can get something, maybe. To me, that's an interesting way to do it. Maybe that's not a great way. I don't know. So the walk's getting easier now for you. They are when I drink water. I didn't drink water today. I think that he blocked me for no reason, says Madeline. See, I like everything he's been doing. This will bite him in the butt. Meh. Everybody says that. Everybody says this is going to be doom and gloom for somebody. And then it doesn't happen. I mean, yeah. Maybe it will change things. Who knows? It's Mike's channel. If people don't like it, then find someone else. It's his house, and if people don't like it, then find some other house. Custom Elvis says, hola, jerkmonger, says Nira Louie. Rodwell says, it's ridiculous that a troll army is even a thing at all. Some of us just want to enjoy watching you guys draw and have a good time. Well, that's what I'm saying. If that's what we're there for, if that's all everybody's there for, and the voting doesn't really matter, then in that case, no structure, no building, says Manfred. Brian Hawkins says, the members voting is the only move to make right now with the trolling that's going on. I agree. And then when they go away, we can always go back to the way it was. Papa Canesso, yo. Mike's channel, Mike's rules. Says X-Gal. Custom Elvis says, regular voting will come back when the trolls leave. I really believe this. Yeah, I think so too. Mike doesn't want to really do that. He just has to do it for now. I feel Mike trolls as much as those he fights with. In my honest opinion, see frog cooking clips. Yeah, I do. I agree with that too, though. That's one of the reasons why when I heard, I was like, oh, maybe I should join the other thing. And then I heard the way they were talking. It's like, oh, I don't want to. I don't have a problem with them trolling. I don't want to be involved in trolling. That's the big difference. It's not really a criticism on them. They can do whatever. Mike can do whatever he wants. I totally believe in my brother. He's a good guy. He doesn't mean anything by it, but it invites people to come on, and so I just don't want to deal with. I got so much I got going on right now. I got so much going on. I'm not even get into it. Besides work. The last thing I want to do is invite unnecessary strife between people that I respect. I don't We don't all see eye to eye on everything, but I still respect everybody, and I don't. That's a lot to manage already. This guy already had issues with his heart. This guy. I don't need to make it worse. It's like some family or internal issues going on here. Sure. We all love the jerk mama. That's all I'll say. I guess I'm lost based on this thread. I think I just caught us up. I love how the new outrage from WC is a wrench being taken from someone. A wrench. That's people who are. That's another thing. I think there's too much stock in the wrench, not wrench thing, I guess. I don't know. It's funny because internet currency is shifting. Like people take it personal about wrenches, right? Because if you take it away, it's got to be for a particular reason. I guess. I don't know. It kind of makes sense. It's another way to gauge whether someone likes you or not, I guess. I think it's time to invest in a wind muff filter for your mic, Elliot. I tried, man. I've spent too much money. I owe people too much money. I was flabbergasted. EBS was critical of the membership voting. He encouraged the behavior that caused it. Like, really, bro? Says Jalapeno? Yeah, I don't know. That part, whatever. I didn't like that frog clip Mike posted. I don't know what the frog clip is. Are you starting to feel better, dude? Yeah, I'm feeling good. Amar. Dungeon Class says true, but he doesn't go to each channel and send his fans to troll and disrupt. We stay away. Yeah, I guess. I agree. My draw along was great. LOL, and no one voted for me, says Eric Hawkins. I don't remember seeing yours, Eric. Keegan Hall, what's going on? Jerk, there are a lot of us that lurk and not post, and we appreciate your grace and attitude. God bless. Well, thanks. I guess. Thank you. This is a jerk, right? Yeah. We talked about a bunch of things today, Ramon. It's all good. My controller with the best of them. That's part of the charm. Yeah, he's good. I mean, it's entertaining. I just, and he's willing to accept consequences that come with that. The reaction that comes from his trolls. So as long as he's comfortable with that, then I'm not comfortable with it personally. So it's not a like I said, it's not like I'm holding myself higher than anybody. It's something I don't want to deal with at the moment. I mean, I've done it in the past, in real life with people joking around and people. I mess with my wife all the time, I'm not gonna say things I've joked about her when she gets mad. But anyway, Captain Hills, after win, this is Warren JB, became worse than Adolf because he put out a admittedly misguided copyright strike. I can believe them reeing over anything. Yeah, I don't know. Edwin, again, I can't comment too much. I don't know all the details about everything. I don't know all that's going on. I also haven't been swatted, and he may have concerns. And hey, to each his own, man. As long as when we get together, we're good. Everybody's chilling. I like the fact that you did a draw along last night, Elliot. Thanks, Andy. Comic Book Boss says, I just want DNQ to be what it was meant to be, a platform for artists who aren't as well known to connect with fans. DNQ clued me into guys like Matthew Weldon, Kanan White, and Kevin Sharp. Yeah. Well, let's make no mistake. DNQ is a good show for Mike. So however he gets that show, and just but he does have limits too, right? Obviously, which is why a lot of this recent drama happens. So why does it matter so much to Ethan? I don't know. By the way, is this drama or melodrama? That's interesting. Somebody correct me on that. His relaunch of Lone Star 1 has been sitting at 1 to 12 backers for weeks. Mike has already hurt himself. I don't think so, man, Lucy. I don't think that's what it is. I think people want the new book. You remember, there's not a lot of people buying. There's not a lot of people in this pool that you are all part of, that we are all part of. We're not all, that group isn't growing. I think it's because of some of the shenanigans in general. So people stay away. I think that's one of the reasons why I don't want to do that. I think I would prefer to keep my business as clean as possible. Like if you came to my storefront, if I had a storefront, brick and mortar, and you came to my store Like I always feel funny when I go to like a comic shop that's blasting any type of particular music, because some people have a real issue with some music. Maybe some people hate rap. Maybe some people hate metal. You can't even enjoy classical. I love it when people put up do have screens and they're playing videos of old cartoons, or Batman stuff, Bruce Timm stuff, Justice League, or anything. That's more consistent with that. I remember I had my mentor again. I used to work at this place, and I wanted to make it look like a fantasy place, but where I worked, we were talking about decorating the office, and what we were a licensed sports company, and he was like Elliot, we don't work for Busch Gardens, we don't work for a comic book company, we work for a licensed sports company. Why would we decorate it this way? I'm like, yeah, it's true. So for me, trolling is akin to that. You're adding a layer of subject matter to your storefront, especially video, especially on YouTube. We're adding a layer to our storefront that might turn people off, and it has. And so the ones that are most charismatic, most charming, drag or draw them to themselves more. And if you're someone like me and don't have that much going on, then it makes sense. The the path into destruction is wide. It's petty and embarrassing. It's like Zach is the only grown up in the room, Riddler says. Yeah, I really respect Zach for that. I think Zach is, but I also think that Zach isn't doing it on purpose. I think that's who he is. Lightning Fence says, it really disappointed me when they made fun of Tug being doxxed. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'm not sure. Riddler says, Elliot rocks. I don't rock, man. I'm too round to rock. All trolling on both sides. I'm wondering if it makes more money than a unified front. I don't know that you can be unified, guys. We're all very, very different. Some of our philosophies on businesses are different. Just that alone. Mike wants to try his thing. That's the beauty of it. Ethan has his version. Malin has his version. RT Bear has his version. Everybody has their version. All of you guys who are putting out content, you have your version. Some of you are going to try things that other people said. Some of you can't help it. You don't have all the information. Not everyone shares everything they do. So, it's definitely going to be something everybody has to work on. Don't sweat the little stuff. That's where I stand, says Comic Book Bob. Thank you, Arthur, for the posting the Doom Kicker. I think, right? Yeah, I think so. Ricardo, what up, my brother? Says Belly Under. KS. As an artist, I always felt contests are kind of a silly idea. It's too subjective. I agree with that completely. There are times where there are 2 or 3 pieces that are equally the best. So why do I pick them? Who do I pick them? Yeah, and then for that matter, it is ultra subjective, because how many people won in the past because they were the fan edition, or it's all good, man. Whatever. So down, you're making me look bad, says Jim O'Reilly. To maximize profits, make a Patreon, and one of the rewards is getting a wrench. Oof, that's an interesting way to do it. Might be a little complicated. I have a modded channel with over 300 people watching on Twitch. And what does that mod give? Just more responsibility to keep the chat running smoothly. I can't even enjoy the stream, really. Yeah, there you go. Life is too short to get angry every little thing. We all need to be better than that. It's kind of Bob. Yeah, but it's harder when you're in it, and there's a lot of innuendo and comments. There's a lot of that going on, and maybe you guys aren't aware of it. And so, again, I could be very sensitive at times, and I take things. I wear my heart on my sleeve. All those cliches, and again, it's just not the thing I want to focus on. That's not been helpful to me. You're looking like you feel better. Amar says, I stay away from the drama. My gray is growing and slow. I don't need to grow anything faster than I need. That's true. Uncanny says, to be fair, I also unsubbed to Ethan. I like them both. But see, I told you, Arthur, you're going to say some more. Anymore. I need something I have fun with. Right now, life is too intense for other people's stuff. Comics. Dungeon Class says, comics, Dungeons and Dragons, movies, these are supposed to be our escapes from the everyday garbage. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Holmes. For sure. Cam 1138 says, "Hey Elliot, hope you're doing well. I'm doing great, brother. It's childish bickering drama. I think it's melodrama." Warren JB says, "I went back and watched the end of the WC stream. I think it's this running its course. I didn't even know the game is played. Maybe." Papa Canoe says, "Once folk remember that they are hot dog vendors, things will get back on track." Yeah, but some people think they have the best hot dogs, and some people say they have the best route. You know, it's a massive case of meta drama. Oh. Justin Ward, thank you, Cam, for the see ya, Monger. Thanks. Have a good day. All right, brother. I just want to be cool with everyone. Life's too short to be that angry. Yeah, yeah. Well, you can't be happy with everybody. That's not logical. Oh man, that's a house with a little tiny house. A little, huh? I never noticed that. Good job, guys. Little congested there, but it's a nice little house. Who hates metal? Says Matt V. I hate mumble rap. Oh, did I lose you guys already? I think Ethan has a drama. He picks on Mike because it makes him feel good, which is sad. I had to unsubscribe from you, but I did. Okay. Let's see. Mike Milk Game Edition. What's this? I had a Game Edition. Did I say Game Edition? I meant Fan Edition. I am the odd man out because I come from for the Jerkmonger stream. I don't know about any of those other people. There you go. And that's all I need. Amar, just stay with me, brother. Stay with me. Does not need the energy in his beautiful walk. I think you can only control your own brand. I agree. I concur. Ba-bam, says Matt V. Okay. The appeal to working independently is not having to toe any party line but your own. Yes, a lot of people see it as a collective, but there really isn't coordination. That's true. That's true. I really like that drawing show that Malin and Weldon yourself started to do where you all did that same Wolverine style. Yeah, the only thing about those things, though, is that one of the problems I have with the streams is, and that's another thing, like there was a growing expectation for me to be on all these streams, and then if I wasn't, and this is one of the reasons why I'm kind of disconnecting. I'm trying to. Last night I probably shouldn't have gone on, but anyway, that stuff is a time vortex. Like you're on all the time and all these different channels. It's pain. Brian and I are trying to do something special with paranormals, and I think it is special. I wish more people watched it, but it is definitely worth the time. I try to support Mike, but any more than that, it's just too much. It's just too much. Just keep doing paranormals. That's all that matters, says Jim O'Reilly. Oh, damn, I'm already catching up to you guys. PON is the best show. So fun. Speaking of D&D, check out our game on Chester Busby's channel. Right on. And don't forget to check out Dungeon Class here on YouTube. I like to say that CG adjacent is a wide friendship rather than a collective or a movement. But there's precious life, little of the F word where it should be. I don't even want to be labeled adjacent. I know who I am, and I hope that you guys know who I am, and at least enough of me by now to know what and who you're supporting. I'd rather you support me on the basis of me versus me on the basis of something else. That's not going to be helpful to anybody. Lightning Fan says, that's exactly what I always thought the fan voting on DNQ should be considered as, just for fun and not a real contest. Just like whose line is it anyway? It's so subjective that you really can't pick. I have fantastic hot dogs this week, cast. Dennis Peru says, hi. R Square Games, everything is really weird right now. Everyone is hyper polarized, so they have to be target marketed too. That's true. Your hot dogs are nothing compared to mine, says comic book about the sweet cast. Matt C, tonight 9:30 on Brian Shearer's channel. Paranormals. Comic book Bob, we need to have a cook-off this week cast. Captain Hill says, respect your decision to stay out of the mud, Captain Jerkmonger, but we really do miss your voice and art on D&Q. Please consider coming back on. I thought yesterday's show was great. Yeah, it was great, and you didn't have me in there at all. It was great. There's nothing wrong thinking your product is better. That's the right kind of competition. That's how things get better with each volume. That's true, Papa Kanasu. I'm saying we're criticizing each other. That's what I mean. It's not just that I think mine's better. Is that I think mine's better and yours is crap. That's the problem. And it becomes, wait a minute, Just let live and let live, man. I think you need to let people go through their own challenges and figure things out. You know, I like to listen to wisdom. Some people don't. Also, it's how you deliver that wisdom. If you're just mocking somebody all the time, it's hard to hear the wisdom when all you're getting is quote unquote trolled, you know? No pun intended, I guess. Uh, you're not all you're not on all the streams. How dare you, says Razmaz. Comic Gate is supposed to be a return to making good comics. How do these guys find time to do the comics if they spend most of their time snipping at each other? Well, I'll tell you what, Riddler. Comics Gate doesn't own that philosophy. That was just a name given to a bunch of people who thought alike. The problem is it became a thing and people had to join it or something. That's the problem. I think it's better to just see it as I want good comics, whatever that means. But see, that's also very subjective, right? Because what I think are good comics are not what everybody thinks are good comics. Very interesting. Okay, yes, the thing is, most of us viewers have jobs and have our drama there, but there are professional freelance artists. This is work drama for them. Yeah, that's actually kind of a good way to look at it. Tomcat says something. Lone Star, How Are the Heroes, second print, controversial for Kickstarters on Comic Book Bob says, I can't watch Paranormals live. It's on when I work. I try to watch later. Thanks, Comic Book Bob. I appreciate that. Drop the labels. Just be yourself. I agree. Matthew Rice says, preach. I think your Paranormals would be better converted into a podcast. It would have more potential for growth there since it is most like a talk show. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, actually. We've talked about that a little bit, but not much. Not as much as we should. Appearance on Adam Post's channel would suit you. He's an expert interviewer. I don't know who Adam Post is. Lightning fan. Eric Hawkins, we know who you are, Elliot, and that is why you are one of the few books I've backed. Well, thanks, man. Hey, guys, let people have their opinions in the chat, especially if we disagree with it, says Lightning fan. Um, Time and place, I got a camera too. How will rain? Says Comic Book about the sweet cast. By the way, I emailed you some info. Oh, Matt V, I did see that email. I have to get back at you at that. Warren J, thank you again, Serena. Warren JB, Jerkmonger, I agree. CG is a convenient shorthand, but even comics get adjacent throws too much of a fence around individual creators and readers. Comic Book Bob, I'm hungry, says Sweetcast. Justin McClure says, hey buddy. Unlike when Justin shows up, he's always here to castigate me. That is why I don't join factions or groups, so I stay drama free. Yep. If it's not Scottish, it's crap. I'll make you a hot dog. Get yourself dooming back, Elliot. There you go. Factions of a brand. I don't need cause just to be seen or need support. I don't know what that means. Jerkmonger is right. Don't join clubs. No, join clubs if you want. I'm just saying that's kind of what did some of this stuff. Never form an opinion and expect a reaction, right? Never form an opinion and expect a reaction. I don't know what that means, Justin. But again, I'm sure I said something wrong. If you go podcast for Paranormals, you can always multicast to YouTube at the same time to keep the subs you've built there. Huh. I look into that. Oh. Well, that's what I'm trying to do is give my opinion. That's for sure. And let's see. That's what else I got to tell y'all. I think that's it for now, guys. What do you guys say? What you got? Give me some more. I'm wrapping this up here, and it's an hour longer. It's an hour longer than it needed to be. So I'm gonna stick to around. I got like a minute left. Sounds good. Me and Justin have a friendly thing here. I say you gotta come on the Nicola stream so we can hang. Oh, that's a good idea. Love Mike. Always a pleasure, Matthew Rice. You good, man. You made it through all of that chatter. You did a walk. Yeah, I'm still moving. I'm not burning any calories, but I'm still moving. I'm strolling. Can't wait for tonight, last show before Halloween. I know. I can taste the candy corn. I love it. It's so good. Nerdrotic does live streams, then uploads them to podcast providers or whatever. I tend to download them and listen at work. I love Nerdrotic. He's cool. All right, back Doom Kicker. Thank you, Dungeon Class. Go subscribe to Dungeon Class. But we're doing a Halloween jam at the Nicola's. Just gotta come. We're drawing witches. Ooh, I drew a witch the other day. It was a legitimate negative opinion, not a troll comment. Candy corn is the devil's candy. Ew, candy corn is trash. Oh, I love it. I can't eat too much of it. I do enjoy it. All right, kids, it's an hour and 12 seconds. I'm going to blaze a trail on my way out. Thank you guys again for hanging out with me on my walk and talks. This was fun. I hope you guys had a great time. Uh, let me see. Okay. Thank you, Reed. A jerk walker sounds like a scary monster or merch or mech. Yeah, yeah. Take it easy, Mr. Monger. Jerk Monger, Riddler, have you ever thought about teaching? Because not just the skills, but you have a lot to teach other about attitude and character, which is needed. Young artists can learn a lot from you. Yes, I have done some teaching, and I might go back to teaching. The part of this infighting that really annoys me is that it has cut off avenues to promote as political. Yeah, that's true. Hugs for all says thank you, Justin. I appreciate you, brother. Later, Rodwell. Cosmetti says I missed it. I'm so sorry, Cosmetti. Did I start too late for you? You guys let me know in the comments below if this was a good time to do it. I don't know. So I can't drop a YouTube link because I'm on an iPad, but you guys should head over and sub to Brian Shearer to catch the